Hello students, I am going to start the chapter 2. This chapter is inverse trigonometric function. In this chapter we have to discuss about the inverse of trigonometric functions and how you find the principal value of the trigonometric functions. Before this, first you remember that the inverse of a function. Suppose here given a function f which maps from a to b. F is a function which maps from a to b, where a is a non-empty set and b is also another non-empty set. An element x belongs in set a and another element y belongs in set b. There is a relation between set a to set b by the rule f. This is the function. Suppose x is associated to the element of y, means x will be pre-image and y will be image. In this case you can write as y is equals to fx, because y is related to x under f, then you can write as y equals to fx. Suppose this function f is 1 1 and onto, means bijective function. If any function is bijective, then its inverse will be exist. So we can find the inverse of this function. To find the inverse of function, first domain of inverse function will be the codomain of range of the first function. Here range of function is the set b. Suppose set b is here and set A is here. This will be codomain set and this will be domain set for the inverse function, and inverse function maps from set b to set A. This is f inverse, and in set b y is element and in set A x is element, and y is inversely related to x under f inverse. Here you can write as y is equals to f inverse x, because this x element is associated to y under f inverse. Similarly here you can write here as y equals to f inverse x. Okay, now students, let's see one example. Suppose a trigonometric function sine. In the class 11th I discussed there, sine is a function. This is trigonometric function. Domain of the sine function is real number, all real number set, and range of this sine function is closed interval -1 1. This is the domain and this is the range. Here consider a sine function. Here this is the real number and another side, suppose this is also real number, and this is the range of the sine function, means this is the set closed interval -1 1. Okay, suppose any real number x is associated to the element of this set, codomain set, and the range set is this set under this R. Here element will be y, x related to y under which function, sine function, then you can write as y equals to sine x. For the inverse of function, we have to write this domain, this as a domain, and this is as a range. Right here this is domain and here will be range will be real number, and here function will be inverse of sine on inversing the domain and range of the function. And element is y, so we have to write here y, and this is x. Y is related to x under which function, sine inverse, then x will be, you can write as x equals to sine inverse y. Y equals to sine x, then x will be equals to sine inverse y. Students, you have to remember the domain and range of the inverse trigonometric function. To remember this, we have to make one table for this domain and range of inverse trigonometric metric function. First you have to write here function, and in second column we have to write domain. In third column we have to write range. First inverse trigonometric function will be sine inverse. The domain of the sine inverse is closed interval -1 to 1, and range will be -π/2 to π/2. Second function will be cos inverse. Domain will be same as sine inverse. Domain will be -1 to 1 closed interval, and range will be closed interval 0 to pi. Next function is tan inverse. Domain of the tan inverse is all real number. All real number you can write as open interval -infinity to infinity, positive infinity, and range will be open interval -π/2 to π/2. Next function will be cot inverse. Domain will be same as tan inverse, all real number -infinity to infinity, and range will be 0 to pi open interval. And next function will be sec inverse. This will be r minus open interval -1 to 1, and range will be here 0 to pi closed interval minus π/2, because the value of sec π/2 is infinity, because the value of cos π/2 is 0 and its inverse will be infinity. So sec π/2 will not exist on the number line, so sec inverse, in the range of the sec inverse we have not get any pre-image in the domain for the π/2, so we have to eliminate from this set 0 to pi. So we have to write like as 0 to pi close interval minus here only one element in this set -π/2, means here all the numbers between 0 to pi on accepting only π/2. The next function is cosec inverse. Domain will be r minus -1 1, same as the sec inverse, and it will be like -π/2 to π/2 on accepting only 0, because cosec 0 is infinity. Students, now see, this table is very important for you. From this table you can find the principal value of the inverse trigonometric function, so you have to remember this table. You have to make 1 2 3 or more than 3 times make it on the copy. Now students, our next topic is principal value of inverse trigonometric function. In this topic we have to learn how to find the principal value of the inverse trigonometric function. Suppose any inverse trigonometric function like sine inverse x is given. Suppose this is y equals to sine inverse x. Y equals to sine inverse x is given. It means sine inverse is a function and x be the element of domain and y will be the element of range. This is the domain set and this is the range set. This domain set for the inverse function of sine, for the sine inverse, domain is closed interval -1 to 1 and range is -π/2 to π/2. It means this set, in this set, this is the collection of all the elements from -1 to 1, and this set contains all the elements, all the numbers from -π/2 to π/2. So x will be lying between 1 and minus 1, it means x will be less than or equals to 1 and more than or equals to minus 1, and similarly y will be here less than or equal to pi by 2 and y will be more than or equals to minus pi by 2. Okay, so here y equals to sine inverse x. For y equals to sine inverse x, y will be less than or equals to pi by 2 and more than or equals to minus pi by 2, and this x will be always more less than or equals to 1 and more than or equals to minus 1. For example, how will you find the principal value? Suppose here given, find principal value of sine inverse 1 upon 2. How will you find the principal value of sine inverse 1 upon 2? First you have to write y equals to sine inverse 1 upon 2, like y equals to sine inverse x. You have to write y equals to sine inverse 1 upon 2. See here, this is the value of x and this x is lying between minus 1 and 1. This is 1 upon 2, and for this 1 upon 2, y also belongs in minus pi by 2 into pi by 2, because y is the element of the range set and range set is closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So you have to write here 1 upon 2 is equals to sine y, where y belongs in y is less than or equals to pi by 2 and more than or equals to minus pi by 2. You can write as, means we have to find the value of y for the sine function. For that, the value of sine y is 1 upon 2. How do you find? Remember the table of class 11 and you also learn in class 10th. For what value of sine? The value is 1 upon 2 in this range. The value of y will be here 30 degree. It means you can write as sine pi by 6. The value of sine pi by 6 is 1 upon 2. At place of 1 upon 2, you can write as sine pi by 6 equals to sine y. And now both functions are equal. If both functions are equal, then compare and write the value of y. Then the value of y will be equals to pi by 6. This will be the principal value of this function, inverse function. Always remember, the principal value always lying between the range. Now next example, find principal value of cos inverse minus 1 upon root 2. Okay, now start the solution. Remember the first example. The given function is cos inverse minus 1 upon root 2. We have to find the principal value of this. To write this, first you have to write y is equal to cos inverse minus 1 upon root 2. From here you can write as cos y is equals to minus 1 upon root 2, where y belongs in the range of the cos inverse function, because this is the element of range set. And remember the range of the cos inverse function. This is closed interval 0 to pi. It means it is less than or equals to pi and more than or equals to 0. Means we have to find the value of y such that which is less than or equals to pi and more than or equals to 0. Remember the quadrants. This is 0, pi by 2, pi and 3 pi by 2. Okay, and again you will get 2 pi here. Means the range of this function is, means y belongs in this range from 0 to pi. It means in first quadrant y will be here in first quadrant and in second quadrant. And you know that the value of cos is always positive in first quadrant, and we have to find the value of y such that cos y is equals to minus 1 upon root 2, and this belongs in this is negative, so the value of cos is negative in the first quadrant, sorry, second quadrant. This is second quadrant. In this quadrant the value of cos will be negative, so we have to find the value of y. How will you find? In this quadrant, to find the value of, we have to write like pi minus theta. Pi minus theta, for what value of angle the value of cos is 1 upon root 2. This is pi by 4, it means theta will be pi by 4 here. It means we have to write like cos y is equals to cos pi minus pi by 4. It means cos 3 pi by 4 cos y. Now compare and write the value of y. This will be 3 pi by 4. This is the principal value of the cos inverse minus 1 upon root 2.